Welcome back to the Daily Poem here on the Close Reads Podcast Network. I am David Kern, and today is April 15th, 2020. Today's poem is by an American poet named Mary Oliver, who lived from 1935 to 2019. She won the National Book Award and the Pulitzer Prize, and according to the New York Times, was, quote, far and away this country's best-selling poet. The poem that I'm going to read today is a great poem for spring. It's from her book called Felicity, and it is called This Morning. This morning, the redbird's eggs have hatched, and already the chicks are chirping for food. They don't know where it's coming from. They just keep shouting, "More, more." As to anything else, they haven't had a single thought. Their eyes haven't yet opened. They know nothing about the sky that's waiting, or the thousands, the millions of trees. And they don't even know they have wings. And just like that, like a simple neighborhood event, a miracle is taking place. This is a classic sort of Mary Oliver poem, a poem about nature that looks at the world with awe and wonder, and then produces a poem that is thoughtful, contemplative, peaceful even, yet asks some rich questions. This is the sort of poem that made Oliver so popular, that sold so many books, as I mentioned at the top in that New York Times quote. As I'm standing here right now, I'm recording on my phone in my bedroom while I try to get set up a good audio rig to record this a little bit better. But as I'm sitting here, I'm looking out on the trees in our yard. We have a nice wooded lot around our yard on the edge of the fence, and I'm seeing cardinals dance about with one another. I'm seeing little birds that I can't tell exactly what they are play over by the rose bush, and I can hear this whistling, all these different bird calls that sound, there's a reason they say it sounds like a symphony, right? And yesterday I was sitting in our hammock trying to get some reading done, some work done, and these two cardinals came flying over, and they were 2 feet from me, 3 feet from me. I don't know if they didn't know that I was there or just didn't care. They're used to little children running around and shouting, I guess, used to people. But they were doing this dance together, and the word that came to mind is miracle. Things like that are a miracle. So that's why I wanted to read this poem today. When I was thinking about what to read, and then, I thought of Mary Oliver yesterday, and then when I found this one, I thought that's the one, because we're living in strange times, obviously. It's easy to be, overcome by anxiety, but there are little miracles, and, birds being hatched, growing up to sing the sorts of songs and dance the sort of dances that birds dance, add so much beauty to the world that in the midst of trauma and craziness and anxiety, that those things go on despite what we're all going through is a miracle, and I think can help us stay grounded in times like this. That's the end of my sermon, I guess. This is Mary Oliver's This Morning once more. This morning, the redbird's eggs have hatched, and already the chicks are chirping for food. They don't know where it's coming from. They just keep shouting, "More, more." As to anything else, they haven't had a single thought. Their eyes haven't yet opened. They know nothing about the sky that's waiting, or the thousands, the millions of trees. They don't even know they have wings. And just like that, like a simple neighborhood event, a miracle is taking place. This has been the Daily Poem. Thanks so much for listening. I'll be back tomorrow with another poem for you. In the meantime, stay safe and stay healthy.